Okay guys, the first technique that we're going to show is called the Sumi Gaeshi sweep. So I'm in butterfly half guard. Okay. So one of the other fundamentals that we forgot to mention in the previous video is my control of his bicep. Okay. This is similar to regular half guard in that Harjot wants to grab my head. Okay. If I don't have control of this bicep, then he's just gonna grab it however he wants, okay? So that's for the first part of the head and arm control is grabbing the head. Second part is he's grabbing the underhook, okay? Boom. So if I'm preventing his bicep from coming towards me, then that's gonna be an advantage for me. So to get into the Sumi Gaeshi, I have to build my way up, okay? So I'm gonna take this hand and I'm gonna place it on his shoulder here. The second hand, now that it's on his shoulder and he can't come towards me, like try to grab my head, okay, that's gonna prevent him from coming towards me. The second hand's gonna go up and I'm gonna use that to rock onto my elbow, like this, okay? So now I'm coming towards him. I had the grip on his shoulder. I'm off balancing him, making it difficult for him to come towards me. Now, I'm gonna feed my elbow down underneath him, okay? And I can kind of pop him to bother him a little bit, and then I'm gonna use this elbow to come underneath. So I bring the elbow underneath, and I'm gonna go towards my underhook, okay? There's 3 types of underhooks that we have in butterfly, half butterfly. The first one is a low underhook, okay? The second one is a high underhook, near side shoulder, and the third one is high underhook, far side shoulder. So for this Sumi Gaeshi sweep, we want to do high underhook, far side shoulder. Now, it's very common for people to grab your wrist when you're in this position. So sometimes I'll be in a match and the guy for the whole match is trying to grab my wrist. So when he does that, I'm gonna take this hand and I'm gonna pummel it to the inside and grab his wrist, okay? So now, my intention is to fire this wrist towards his tummy, okay? So I'm gonna turn it and fire it towards the stomach. This second hand, I'm gonna use this to curl his shoulders downwards. So I wanna create an off balance, and I do that with my elbow. So I have this hand here, and I'm starting to turn. See how he's turned here? Okay, so this is what I want to do with this underhook side, okay? This one is gonna fire towards his stomach. My bottom foot is gonna dig into the mat, and we'll show you that in the second iteration. So I'm gonna drop to my shoulder, pull this up, fire this towards the belly, and then use my bottom leg to start bringing my hips towards him. So I push, and then I use my bottom leg here to start working my way in. And then preferably I want to be on knee on belly here. Okay. So let's do it this way. Okay. So what's going on with this hook here? So this hook's retracted, I'm grabbing his shoulder, I take this arm, I start building my way up, okay, and I'm in the position. I use my top frame to off balance him a bit, and then bring this elbow in first. This comes over, and then I'm rounding the shoulders, okay? Now I drop, and watch what happens to this foot here. The foot drops, and I start using it to draw power from the mat, okay? I pummel, grab the wrist, fire his hand into his stomach, and then use this to push my way towards him. Okay, last angle. Retracted hook. Secondary hook. Knee is on the outside, controlling the bicep from coming towards me. grab up top. Second arm, rocked up. Start to off balance. Use that to bring my elbow on the inside. Elbow comes to the inside, hand follows. Harjo grab my wrist. I pummel to the inside, grab his wrist, push his wrist into his stomach, take my legs, start drawing power from the mat, and start bringing my hips towards him. Okay? So, just by myself, one of the most important parts is what do I do with this leg? Okay? So I'm off balancing, I get to the underhook, I fire this towards the stomach. So the wrist goes towards the stomach, and then this leg comes in, and I start bringing my hips towards him. So this comes up, 1, 2, 3, and he turns up, and preferably I get to knee on belly. And that's it for the first technique.